What up, people? I finally landed in a time where I don't bring you Bridges, field hunting, or what's the other one I always play? Probably Descent. But look, we're on Valley. A nice, scenic change of pace. And if you think that this is basic, well, it's not. Because you see, this map just got boosted. Or the loot just got boosted. People, remember when lobby boosting was like really significant? And now no one seems to do it. I wonder why. But anyways, we're going to get started here. We're going to get started. And like I always tell you all, I play this game entirely too much. You see how I'm doing that my camera right there? That's me telling y'all that someone spawns back there. And if you're asking me, but Jet, how do you know that? Well, the answer is simple. If you go back and watch maybe one or two of my Grontham Valley replays, you will have noticed that I spawned back there. And I always find somebody who spawns up here. And as a matter of fact, I hope my memory is this good. The previous time I was on Valley, I caught somebody doing this exact move right here. They would run down from the hill and jump into the river. And I believe it is right about here when I saw them in the river and I said, oh yeah, that's free eats. And I killed them. So if you can take that mentality of, okay, if I spawned there last time, but I can turn around and see where I spawned at last time, that must mean that someone's there, which means I need to haul ass. And there you go. Apply that same mentality to every map that you ever spawn on, and eventually you'll remember the spawn points. Eventually. Now what do you decide to do with that information is completely up to you. In my case, it's probably about, I don't know, 30-70. 70 meaning I avoid it, 30 meaning it's so simple I might as well go for them. You know? That's how I see it. But I bring this up because if you know what you're doing, actually pause, because watch this. Let me tell y'all something. Detectors on this map are death traps. Think about it. Like, 4 out of 5 places on this map where the detector can spawn at, you gotta climb a ladder. You got to climb a ladder. And once you do climb said ladder, you die. Right? But my previous point about the whole spawn point thing, I bring that up because if you know your stuff, you'll never have to use a port ever again at the start of the match. That is the #1 thing, or #2 thing that pisses me off by people in this game. Learn spawn points, you'll never have to use a port at the start of the match ever again. That's my 2 cents, and I stand on it. Anyways, watch this. Now look, I understand most of y'all trust me when it comes to my gameplay. And look, I have nothing to hide. Nothing to hide at all. But to the untrained eye, people may think that I'm using some kind of third-party, device or whatever. This is why I take the time to explain how I kill people in certain situations. In this situation, if you were to look at that tree where that guy was at, maybe about 3, 4, maybe 5 seconds before I saw him, you will see the glint come from this here VSS. That's how I saw him. Now, how did I kill him? Because remember, seeing is believing, but, you gotta get him too. Here's the thing about this game. The servers are trash. Plain and simple. The servers are indeed trash. So what that translates to in actual gameplay is this. You gotta shoot where you think they're headed to. Right? I was shooting the guy and hitting him. Right? He had two choices. Run deeper into the forest, backwards, like toward the exit, or run to his right, my left, up the hill. And when I seen him turn around, I said, okay, let me shoot a bit behind the tree. And that's how I got him. Like I said, I know most of y'all trust me. Most of y'all do. But to the untrained eye, it may be like, what the fuck? This fucker using an aimbot. I don't know why I have so much trouble saying that shit. But this fucker is using an aimbot. I'm not going to watch him. No, I'm not using an aimbot. I'm using my brain. The brain is more powerful than any freaking aimbot will ever be. That sounds stupid. Actually, I retract that statement. But anyways, we want to keep going forward here. I got a VSS. Okay? That's great. A VSS is way more powerful for headshots than an AR-A1. I said what I said. And you know what? Speaking of headshots, I'm really glad I did not climb that ladder. Because remember the dude that I killed up here? Yeah, I still haven't come up here to go figure out what he has on him. And I think I'm never going to. I think. I could be wrong. But okay, cool. So why am I heading this way? Why am I going this way? Well, as you can clearly see, it is daytime. Right? It is daytime. And usually, people spread out on daytime maps. Usually. I'm coming back here because I'm thinking to myself, nothing has really happened on this side of the map in a hot minute. And y'all know me, I'm drawn to sound. You know what I'm saying? If I can hear you, I'm going after you. If you hit anything that lets the map know, notice how I said the map, that lets the map know that you're there, chances are, if I'm nearby, I'm going to see about you. I'm going to. I'm going to take a bit of a rest stop in this here house, check my inventory, and check the map. So boom, the tower's down here, the airdrop is already radiated, and I'm thinking to myself, damn, I ain't got no caffeine. I don't got no caffeine, so if anything were to happen, I got a boogie. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of boogieing, here we go.
The plane is coming. Prepare to fight for the airdrop.
The top 3 easiest ways to die in this game is this. And by the way, in no particular order, also, this is my own opinion. The top 3 quickest ways to die in this game is, one of them, sit in the same area after someone uses the detector. That's one way. A second way is what you just seen. If you know you're getting shot at and you know the guy sees you, don't wait in the corner of a house. And I will go on about the third way, but I'm gonna let y'all discuss that on your own terms in the comment section down below. What I just said about sitting in the corner of a house, that usually never works out for the person who's sitting in the house. And here's why. You are in the corner of a house, on one knee, aiming at a door. You're thinking to yourself, "Oh yeah, when he comes around the door, I'm gonna shoot him, and that's it. He's gonna die." Simple, right? But here's what I want you to realize: you are stationary. Your attacker is not. You fortified yourself into a house. I mean, cool, right? Cool. But what's one thing that houses have? Windows. And all it takes is for a sneaky person to be like, well, if he's right there in that corner of the house, and I can see him because this game is a third-person camera kind of game, I can work my way around and shoot him through a window. You're done. Right? And about the whole third-person camera thing, I can hide behind a wall and see you. Right? Granted, that's one of the, well, probably like the most hated thing when it comes to people that come from other games. They come to this game and like, ew, third-person camera, what the fuck? Right? Granted. But that's one of the main reasons why you just don't hide in a corner of a house expecting somebody to come toward you. They know you're there. They're not going to fall into your trap because your trap has holes in it. You know what I'm saying? And yes, I know, I just walked straight past the container, but look what I have on my back. I don't think I'm going to find much else besides maybe an L96 in the container, but you just heard radiation go off, so I'm out of here. 6,900 meters later, I'm in the exit, and I'm pleased to report no one got the safe and no one got the container. Why am I talking about pleased to report? I could have got those things, but y'all know me, I don't really go after loot like that anymore. The main thing that I'm focused on right now is getting wire from my antenna. Not antenna, windmill. And that's it. And I know this is a far, how can I say this? I'm far from what I was, right? I used to be focused on loot. I used to be. But now, since I've grown and played about 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 shootouts, I'm trying to show y'all how to move about in your encounters. Now, granted, you might loot a bit more than me, but if you don't want to die, and or make yourself safe by getting others, you came to the right place. You did. And apparently I got that guy's VSS because now I have two. Thank y'all for watching, and I'll see you next time. Until then, peace.